One thing I highly suggest that you avoid when you're a dad or a mom going through divorce, separation, ground zero in those early days is alcohol. There's cultural sort of this myth that that's how you relax. It's not science. Listen, it impairs that part of your brain responsible for impulse control. You need all the help you can get when you're going through all the loss that divorce, separation with kids involves, right? Less time with your kids, your identity, the future you thought you were building together, right? Your spouse, money, your house. The amount of loss is staggering. Alcohol will not help you deal with that. And I'm also going to add one other thing about alcohol and parenting. I just came off of a 3-nighter with my kids. I have sons, twin boys, right? One of them talks a ton. And I love it. He's creative and nonstop. He does a lot of drawing. He watches a lot of shows. He gets really connected to these characters, and he wants to talk about it, like non-stop. And I had another kid who was sick, who was throwing up, right? A lot of times parents like to go, yeah, let me get the wine now. The kids are down. The kids are asleep. I'm bring out the wine. Listen, that makes you less patient. I can't even imagine what would have happened had I been drinking this weekend. And I don't drink. I drink very rarely. I used to drink a bit, probably about 15 years ago. But since well before I had my kids, I locked it up, because I was really clear and committed that I didn't want to be that dad. Like, I didn't want to be that dad who my kids didn't know who was going to show up. Was he going to be the funny dad? Was he going to be the mad dad? The impatient dad? I didn't want any of that. I just committed, like, I'm not going to be that dad. I can't even imagine how this weekend would have gone if I was drinking at night. I would have been more depressed in the morning, and I would have been irritable and impatient, right? Impulse control, shot down. And my kids would have to then suffer. My kids would suffer because I was drinking. Do you get how awful that is? Do you get how awful that is for the kids? They're just being kids. One kid talks a mile a minute, but if I'm drinking and he's talking a mile a minute, at some point, guess what might happen? I might pop off, right? Might lose it, you know? Now I got to deal with the fact that I'm regretting that I did that, and my son has to deal with the impact of that. Like, it hurts my heart to think about that. So stay away from the booze, especially if you're in the beginning stages of divorce, separation. But I'm arguing honestly at this point, like, I'm just an advocate for parents. You got young kids, you got kids that are challenging you. It's not a good mix. They will suffer.